The biggest thing um, is the respect that each member now carries in the workplace, where they felt like their voice was not being heard over a lot of key issues. And now, with everybody together, their voice is heard because the solidarity is there. My name's Chris Pennell. I'm a lieutenant fireman at the Chattanooga Volkswagen plant, um, where there's about 20 members there that are 15 are full time firemen and five are part time. And back in June of 2024, we formed a union with the IAFF, and it was a unanimous decision with 100% support.
That's great to hear. And what are some of the issues that inspired your organizing drive or inspired you to form a union in your workplace?
Well, I think the three biggest issues were safety, training, and pay. As everybody knows, most firemen and EMTs have to be trained to a certain level. They have to maintain their certifications through CEUs and continuing education that they have to do on an annual basis. And our workplace was not providing those avenues. And so that was definitely a safety concern for a lot of our members because you can't keep trained. You're not sitting on the cutting edge to help keep your people safe. And so the last thing was pay. Due to the market value, we were about 15 to 20% lower than the rest of the region as far as pay went for the same qualifications for the same firefighter and EMT.
And what was your experience like working with your union IAFF?
Well, they've been really supportive. We work with our union representative here in the state of Tennessee, which is our district vice president, Danny Todd. And you can call him almost any time, and he responds back very quickly. Um, so we've had a lot of support when it comes to if we've needed flyers, posters made in their media department. There's usually a 24 to 48-hour turnaround time. He's even overnighted me signs and stuff on last minute organized events. So we've had a lot of help.
Yeah, it sounds like they've been really supportive and helpful. And how has your workplace already changed since forming your union?
Oh, it's been night and day difference. I'd say the biggest thing um, is the respect that each member now carries in the workplace, where they felt like their voice was not being heard over a lot of key issues, and now with everybody together, their voice is heard because you know, solidarity is there. Some of the things that we've seen change is we've had our new bunker gear. We had out of date bunker gear that was replaced. We got brand new gear, brand new helmets. We had our face pieces replaced that were out of date. Fit testing that hadn't been done for like 5 years. We now have annual fit testing. We now have annual physicals that we're supposed to have through OSHA. So we got lights and sirens put on our POV vehicles that we ride around in. Another big issue that we had was over confined spaces. We done a march on the boss, and within 12 hours, those changes were made after we made a march on the boss together. So we've had a lot of victories, a lot of changes over the last just 9 months.
And how was the how were what was it like to have conversations about organizing with your coworkers? And like, what was your experience going through the actual union organizing process?
Well, when you've never organized a union before, you've got a lot of questions. You have a lot of concerns. You're worried about laws. You're worried about the business that you're trying to form one out. And the IAFF had a wonderful organizing campaign where they already had the information and the packages together, and they pretty much answered all our questions. Uh, and it was so individualized for the state that we were actually in. They already knew the laws. They already knew how we were represented, and so it with those packets, it kind of cleared up all the questions a lot of the members had, and it was already written down. So being organized already the way they were with the packets made it very easy um, to talk to the members and show them what the union actually offered. And then it was a little easier because the people where I work at uh, felt like they had been backed into a corner, and like I said, their voices were not being heard about key safety issues and things that were very important. So it made it a lot easier with those issues for everybody to be on board to organize.
And what advice would you give other professionals going through the union organizing process?
The biggest one I would say is communication. Make sure you're communicating to your members everything that's going on. Be totally transparent. Let them know, step by step what the plan is, what your ideas are, and make sure you bring everything back to your members. Get them involved, get their ideas involved, because that shows ownership. That it's not somebody, it's not the president's local, it's not the vice president's local. It shows that it's their local, and you need to have your people actively involved. And the only way to get them actively involved is to communicate the message and the ideas that you guys have come together and brought to the table. So definitely communication is my biggest one. Some of the other things a lot of people look over is networking. Um, I think we get caught up like we organized in the IAFF, so only want to talk to firefighter unions. One of the biggest helps that we've had at the Volkswagen plant is they have a local there, but it's through UAW, and UAW's been a great help to our small local, and they have really backed us. They've helped us with videos, they've helped us with media, they've invited us to all their events, and so we've got to show, kind of a show of force uh, with their union also. And so it just helps your cause so much to network to these other unions that are not just firefighter unions.
Yeah, that all makes sense. Thank you so much, Chris, for taking the time to talk to me today.
You're welcome. I appreciate the invite.